Okay, I'm working on a 93 Plymouth Grand Voyager. And what I'm working on is the rear bearings, which are the internal and external bearings on the rear end of the van. Okay, the first thing you gotta do is you want to get taken, if you have this, if you don't, then you might want to do this first. But if you don't, it's fine. First thing you'll do is you take your dust cap off of the main hub. Once you do that, you'll have to take this locking pin out. Once you do that, then you can get the locking nut that locks the nut in place so it don't turn. Once you get that off, you loosen up your nut enough. Once it's loose, then you can loosen up your wheel. Once it's loose, then you get it jacked up. And then once it's up in the air, then you just take your wheel, which is over there, off, and then you can get your main drum off. Once that's off, then you take and pull your whole nut off. Once your nut is off, then you'll be able to get the whole spindle and everything. But once you get the nut off, your first thing that'll come off is your outer bearing, which is this. This will automatically come out. So pull this out and just discard. So once you're done with that, you turn it over and you got your seal. Now how you do that, you have a screwdriver, push it in there, and just keep on going around until it pops off. Okay, once your seal is off, I've already changed this already, but once your seal is off, your internal bearing, this, be able to come out. You can discard that. Once you discarded that, only thing is left is your Reese's. How you get these out, if you don't have a press, I've done it without a press. So basically what you want to start on is your external one, because it's the easiest and it's the smallest. So you want to take and put your lug nuts on to protect your wheel, your nuts on your spindle, and then take a socket, which I used here, which is a 1/1/8, and then an extension bar, which is, this is a 1/2 inch. It fits right in. Now once it's in, you push it in through until you hit your spindle. Once it hits your spindle, you take that along with this, a 4-pound sledge, and just pound it. And you want to make sure it's in there straight. Once you get that side out, you turn it over to the other side, and then you do the same thing. But I don't have, and since it's so small, you have to kind of use a smaller socket and kind of go in at an angle and do each side all the way around until it gets to the bottom. And then once you get it to so far, you can't push it no more because of being so flat on this side. So basically what you'll have to do is you kind of have to use the drum there, put this spindle inside, and it'll be elevated more. Then you can pound the this side all the way out. Once it's all the way out, you just do the opposite, going in. But when you put it in, you want to start on this side. What you do is, I already got it in here, but I'm showing you. So you put it in there and you just kind of tap it all the way around, slow, until it gets about too flat as this. And you'll hear the different kind of metal. Once it's in there, then you just take another socket and you kind of go on this side all the way around until you get all the way down in. Once it's down in, then you do the same thing on the other side. You'll take and put it flat, pound it all the way around until it's flat, and then you just do the same thing, go around and around and around until it's all the way in. Once you get that in, then you can grease it. you re-grease the whole inner part of the reese and the whole bearing and put it in. Then you put your bearing in, and then you can re-grease your seal. So once that's all greased, then you do the same thing on the other side and make sure this is all greased up, and then put your new bearing in. And then once it's all re-greased, then you re-grease that. Once everything is done, then you just basically put your whole spindle back on, and then you just put everything back where it was supposed to be. And now, okay, so I basically did what I said, which is re-greased everything, and then I also put grease onto the main drive. So basically now, only thing is left is to put the main hub and spindle and all back in. Now when you start pushing this in, the drive will try to come out. What you want to do, kind of hold it like so. Once you get that in, then you put your lock ring back on. And then once that's on, then you just put your nut. Sometimes it'll take, you gotta re-thread it. Okay, so once that's on, then you just tighten it up all the way to where it needs to be tight, but all the way, so that when you start driving it, it'll be done. And then once everything is put back together, you just put your drum back on, and then put your cap back on, and then you put your wheel. Once that's said and done, let it down, and you're good to go.